From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Good evening and welcome. Today on the 50th anniversary of the 1971 war, the date today being December 16th, Vijay Diwas, the day Pakistan surrendered to India, an abject surrender. Today is an opportunity to reflect on the different directions of three countries of this subcontinent. On the one side, India, a global economic and military power headed in its destiny in the next few years to global superpower. Second, Bangladesh, an emerging economy, a country whose GDP today is much higher than that of Pakistan, whose economy is growing at twice the speed of Pakistan, and whose per capita income is almost double that of Pakistan. That's Bangladesh today. And finally, Pakistan. What do you say about Pakistan? Dysfunctional country, bankrupt, whose debt to GDP ratio is a shameful 91%. They are broke, finished. Whose inflation is 11, 12, 13%. Whose unfortunate people today are denied the basics for a decent living. 70% can't eat or have enough drinking water to themselves. Pakistan is not broke, ladies and gentlemen, it is broken. If you look at the story of India and Bangladesh on one side versus Pakistan on the other, you realize the futility of radicalized military-run insanities in Islamabad. The futility of hate. Pakistan was created out of hate. The Pakistanis are told by their government to hate. Bangladesh on the other side was created out of struggle and hope. And it is that hope we celebrate today, along with our Bangladeshi brothers and sisters. The 16th of December, a date which most of the Indian population was born after that date must never forget. The 16th of December, 1971. Vijay Diwas. Let's debate, ladies and gentlemen. Debate number one. 50 years after the glorious 1971 victory, Pakistan and Bangladesh are poles apart. It's a thundering Vijay Diwas special debate at 9 o'clock tonight. Followed, 10 o'clock tonight, a video of lawmakers joking about rape in the assembly that has shocked everyone. Is rape a casual joke for this congressman? Debate at 10 p.m. tonight. And at 10:30, the Sheena Bora murder mystery. The story we broke gets thicker and thicker as prime accused Indrani Mukherjee says her daughter could be alive in Jammu and Kashmir. What's the bizarre reality? That's 10:30 p.m. and here are the headlines this Thursday evening on The Debate Tonight. "50 years after we broke Pakistan and forced them to surrender." That's Vijay Diwas today. From Delhi to Dhaka, nation salutes 1971 heroes who liberated Bangladesh. Sheikh Hasina thanks India as her country moves from strength to strength, even as Pakistan collapses.
आज का जो सिपाही है वो राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र का फायदे के लिए अगर वो शहीद होता है तो वहाँ हमारे मन में ठेस लगा।
Nationwide anger over Congress leaders saying Pulwama, Galwan and chopper crash were political conspiracies.
There is a saying, when rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it. But that's exactly the position into which you are.
And the Congress jokes about rape. Congress lawmaker says enjoy rape if it is inevitable. Others laugh with him in the Karnataka Assembly. What a crying shame. And India's biggest murder mystery gets more murky. Indrani Mukherjee claims her daughter, Sheena, is alive and in Kashmir. December 1971. A day which will forever continue to haunt a nation called Pakistan, a nation we broke in 13 days to liberate 75 million people from genocide. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years later, Pakistan continues to disintegrate, atrophy, as Bangladesh becomes an economic case study in the Asian subcontinent. From Delhi to Dhaka, Pakistan gets a reality check. Tonight, let's debate.
In order to deploy themselves defensively.
You surrender or we wipe you out was the message given by Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw to Pakistan. "50 years ago on this day, 16 December 1971, India extended a deadline at the request of East Pakistan Lieutenant General Niazi. The instrument of surrender was formally signed.
Lieutenant General A.A.K. Niazi signed the instrument of surrender and placed himself and his troops under the command of Lieutenant General J.S. Arora at the Dhaka Golf Course.
The Indian Army brought Pakistani army to its knees, took 93,000 Pakistani prisoners and gave 75 million people of Bangladesh their independence.
General Ansari, GOC Pakistan 9 Division, surrendered himself and his command to Major General M.S. Brar, GOC 4 Mountain Division.
Pakistan lost half its country, its forces in the east, and had to publicly surrender to India, the largest military surrender after World War II. India salutes these heroes today. From the War Memorial in Delhi to the Victory Parade in Dhaka, the celebrations continue.
Right now we are in Bangladesh, Dhaka, and right now where we are, it's called Kendriya Shohid Minar. The 16th December is the beginning of a new era of Bangladesh. You can see the entire ground is flooded with crowd. They all are celebrating.
50 years on, India's military victory has led to the birth of a nation flourishing.
আজকে বাংলাদেশকে আমরা এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাচ্ছি। আজকের বাংলাদেশ উন্নয়নশীল দেশ হিসেবে বিশ্বে মর্যাদা পেয়েছে। জাতির পিতার স্বপ্ন পূরণ করা এটাই হচ্ছে আমাদের লক্ষ্য, আর সেই লক্ষ্য নিয়েই আমরা কাজ করে যাচ্ছি। 50 বছর আমাদের স্বাধীনতা, আমরা কতটুকু এগোতে পেরেছি সেটাই বড় কথা।
50 years on, Pakistan remains dysfunctional.
हमारा सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम यह है कि हमारे पास इतना पैसा नहीं है अपने मुल्क को चलाने के लिए, और जिसकी वजह से हमें कर्जे ले रहे हैं।
The story of two nations with different destinies. GDP of Bangladesh is more than that of Pakistan. Bangladesh has lesser debt than Pakistan. Inflation is higher in Pakistan. Bangladesh per capita income is way higher than Pakistan. Female literacy rate is almost double of Pakistan. Bangladesh is doing much better on human development when compared to Pakistan. The contrast lies in this. As we mark 50 years since then, this was the headline from Pakistani media. A former ISI chief admitting sending his sons to jihad in Afghanistan, as Bangladesh shows zero tolerance to terror.
मैं अपने तहीं पे आप बताऊं कि हक्कानी साहब को जब मेरे दोनों बेटों ने जहाद पे जाना था, इन्होंने ख्वाहिश जाहिर की, तो मैंने इंतखाब किया था हक्कानी साहब का कि उनके साथ जाएंगे, और ये उन्हीं के साथ गए। उमर और अब्दुल्ला दोनों मुख्तलिफ औकात में अफगानिस्तान में जहाद के लिए शरीक हुए।
A dysfunctional terrorist state versus a nation growing in the Asian subcontinent.
We have witnessed the commendable economic growth achieved by Bangladesh in the last decade, which has also created opportunities for its citizens to realize their full potential.
50 years on, Pakistan is divided. The Baloch want freedom and POK wants to be united with India soon. Will history repeat itself?
Okay, we have four Pakistanis. Qamar Chima, Nadir Gabol, leader of the PPP, Ali Abbas Bukhari of the PTI, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Colonel Bashir Wali Muhammad, a former ISI officer. Remember, you saw the ISI chief there today, Tariq. ISI chief, former ISI chief, saying, "I sent two of my sons to carry out jihad." It just tells me, Tariq, that unless this country learns to behave like a civilized country, if they continue to behave like Pakistanis, God help them. On the debate tonight, Sushant Sareen of the ORF, General G.D. Bakshi. I must say tonight, all our viewers, you must see General G.D. Bakshi's special dedication, Shaurya, on 1971, 11 p.m. after the debate today. Special broadcast, fantastic broadcast, 11 p.m. tonight. Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP. And I want to begin with you, Tariq Fateh. I have some special gifts for my Pakistani friends tonight. May I present my first gift? This is a beautiful headline. Beautiful headline, Tariq. Have a look at this. This is the Tribune. It says, "On his knees, General Niazi appeals to the Indian military for a ceasefire." Below it says, "Manekshaw sets a deadline for the Pakistani surrender." It's a beautiful, beautiful headline, viewers. These are collector's items, And what happened next?
You should see
93,000 Pakistanis
Pakistani
surrendered.
headlines.
Yes, Tariq.
You should see the Pakistani
what is
headlines.
in the Pakistani headlines,
I was in the Karachi Press Club, and General Yahya Khan appeared on television. And somehow Pakistani generals usually have an accent in which they act more like the Gundas of Bombay rather than military officers. "Humne Hindustan ki tabahi macha diya." And people were clapping. And there were 3 people left in the end because each one of us knew the game was over. But each one of us had already been designated as Ra agents because we were with the Mukti Bahini at that time. And I can tell you the way these Pakistani cowards, especially the Punjabis, behaved towards the Bangladeshis who were still in Pakistan is a matter of shame. They couldn't leave their homes. They were attacked where they lived. In my home alone, there were 6 of my Bangladeshi friends who were hiding. In Lahore, I know in Pakistan television, the toilets were locked up. They were not allowed to use the toilets because they were only said, you go to the toilets where the sweepers go and pee. It was humiliating, and the fact that they had killed their own citizens, 3 million of them, was lost on the people.
Yeah.
They were still relaxing as if they had won the war.
Yeah.
They still believe they won the war. And they still will not ask for forgiveness for what they did in raping Muslim women because the general said change their race.
Shame on them.
इनकी पूरी नस्ल बदल दो 50 कि ये इनमें बंगला कोई रहे नहीं हर बंगाली औरत का पंजाबी बेटा होना चाहिए. This was a state policy. And you cannot imagine the pain we went through as young
But
people. I was, I think, 20.
I'll tell you one thing. Why am I saying this today? My Pakistani panelists may think that I'm trying to insult them, remind them. No. That I'm trying to put them down, to call them on my show, and tell them how low they are or have been. No, I have no such interest. The only reason I'm doing this is
Rapists deserve
this.
that.
Please have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, look at this. A second headline which simply said, and it is an article of that period, when the entire international media,
Mascarenhas.
this is the UK's Sunday Times, in detail, yes,
Mascarenhas.
Anthony Mascarenhas. I believe everybody should, yes, Anthony Mascarenhas. Anthony Mascarenhas, Anthony Mascarenhas, I'm holding it up for the cameras to my left, right? Months before the meekly and cowardly surrender of the cowards, the Pakistani cowards, when they surrendered, being nicely beaten up by the brave Indian army, when 93,000 of them, they put their rifles at the feet of the Indian generals and said, forgive us. This was the article at that time. Anthony Mascarenhas, UK's Sunday Times, exposing the brutality of Pakistan's suppression of the Bangladeshi uprising. Ladies and gentlemen, never forget.
He had to flee
But tell
Karachi
me.
and go to the UK.
Tell me, will these Pakistanis?
Are you the same nation that awarded a medal
Who's
to
speaking?
Abhinandan after
Is that Nadir?
he surrendered? Yes, this is Nadir Gabol from Pakistan People's Party. What bravery are you talking about? Bravery is when we returned Abhinandan to you in spirit of humanity, and because we have a big heart and we returned him to you gracefully. But you
don't have a big heart.
unfortunately did not even realize.
You'll tell you one thing.
You did not even realize how you were insulted and defeated,
No,
and
I'll
you
tell
gave
you.
the same Abhinandan your
Nadir.
highest award
Nadir.
and made a joke
Are
out
you
of yourself in front of the world.
Nadir,
Gabol
no,
Sahab,
93,000 of your soldiers. Can it ask
You
you
were
one
too
thing?
young to know that. Your parents were involved
I'm
in
talking
that.
about a very recent
When you
event. You're
raped
talking about
Bangladeshi
bravery.
women. I'm not
Well,
talking
yes,
of bravery,
I
I'm
was not
talking
even
of your
born-
Islam.
I was not even born in
under which you
1971.
raped.
But I
raped.
was
Your
very much
fathers raped him.
alive when Abhinandan was put down and he was
You will never be
returned
alive.
after he was given a fantastic cup
I'll
of
I'll
tea.
tell you.
You will
I'll
never
tell
be
you.
alive.
I did not believe my
what is your name?
eyes when I
Nadir, right?
saw
Nadir.
that you gave him
One
the
sec, one
highest award, military award.
Nadir, yeah, Nadir, Sushant, Nadir is from the party whose leader was killed in a blast which was carried out allegedly, and most people believe, on the instructions of their former president Musharraf. And
It was
she's
done
from
by
a party
Taliban terrorists.
whose leader,
I would like to
who was
put the
killed by
facts
the
straight.
blast, one second, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was also hanged by another president of their country, Ziaul
Yes,
Haq.
that-
So Nadir is
that
a
you are right,
shameless
yes.
man, Sushant, because Nadir does not accept the fact that his country is a functioning madness. It's an insanity. It's not a country. But since you say you were not born in 1971, let me have the pleasure and the absolute, I must say, great pleasure of reminding you what happened in 1971, Nadir. Nadir, in 1971, we picked you by the scruff of your neck. And
What
13
happened in
days, we
1965?
slapped
We were
you.
waiting for you in Lahore because
And
your
after
general said
13
they were
days,
going
we
to have
broke you
Lahore
into
in
two
Lahore.
pieces. We broke you into two pieces, and I would like to provide some commentary over these footage. This is wonderful footage. Nadir, see it. You were not born in 71, but you must see it. 13 days, you put your guns at our feet. 93,000. 93,000 Pakistani cowards. Khair. They started the war, we finished it. And what a beautiful moment there when Niazi sat down and said, I will surrender my entire troops in Dhaka this afternoon, but please spare us. हमें बचा दो. General Bakshi, इनको थोड़ा याद दिला दीजिए कि क्या हुआ था. Because they want to forget. They are trying hard to forget. General Bakshi, please remind them. Please remind Nadir and Ali Abbas Bukhari and Colonel Bashir Wali. इनको याद दिलाइए General Bakshi कि हमने इनका क्या किया था. इनको याद दिलाइए इन पाकिस्तानियों को.
Thank you, Arnab. Arnab, I have the privilege of having witnessed this war with my own eyes. We were commissioned just a month before this war and were on the front lines, right? As a military historian, may I tell you that this was a path-breaking conflict. It was a just war. 3 million Bangladeshis had been killed, 1 million women raped, 10 million driven out into India as refugees. Arnab, it was a carnage greater than the Holocaust of the partition. Greater than that. Please excuse me, I will listen to you. अरे साहब मैं आपको सुनूंगा पहले मेरी सुन लीजिए. I'm trying to make some rational points to you. Rational points to you. Don't just yell over one another. I mean, can we have a rational discussion? Can we have a rational discussion? Okay. Okay. Arnab, this is just hollering.
You are just
I know.
explaining wrong facts.
I will make it rational for you. I will make it rational for you. Let me tell you. All right. All right. I know the answer to that one. Let me tell you very frankly that in a Cold War era,
these Pakistanis, you know,
limited war,
when they remember 1971, they all go crazy.
In a Cold War
The Pakistanis go crazy when they remember 71.
Russia and America did
इनका
not
दिमाग
allow
खराब हो
victory.
जाता है. It
It was
seems.
India which won a decisive victory. It was India which marched on an enemy capital, went in 550 kilometers inside East Pakistan, captured the capital city of Dhaka, enforced regime change. And we had the largest mass surrender since the Second World War. 93,000
Colonel Bashir. Colonel Bashir. I'll tell you one thing. You know, Colonel Bashir and Sushant Sareen, please, on the debate. Gaurav, I'll come to you in a minute.
Don't tell us. Show us.
Colonel Bashir and Sushant, Colonel Bashir and Gaurav Bhatia. Allow me. First of all, Kamar. Okay, Kamar, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, Kamar. No, Kamar, listen. Kamar, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Yes, I repeat, we must all see the documentary at 11 o'clock today. And Kamar, don't strain yourself so much. Okay. Colonel Bashir Wali Muhammad and Gaurav Bhatia are on the debate. I'll come to Sushant after that. I would like to show I have my third gift for the Pakistanis today. This is another wonderful headline. Will you stop screaming like a Pakistani? Will you stop shouting like a Pakistani? You have no composure. Why are you behaving like a Pakistani on my program? Please, have some composure. Have some composure. Have some composure now. Gaurav Bhatia is on the debate. My third headline.
कमर ऐसे नहीं करते कमर गर्दन लचक जाएगी.
Gaurav Bhatia, let me tell you,
Arnab, can I please come in?
Is very happy that he broke Pakistan. He accepts he is a violator. He violated international law. Your country accepts that.
Yeah.
Okay, Arnab, allow me to respond.
Yeah, we broke Pakistan.
You are the one who disrespects international
कमर मैं
law.
अर्नब से पहले बात कर रहा हूँ, फिर आप आना. जब बुलाएंगे तब आना.
All right, now.
Okay.
See, I'll tell you, don't spoil the mood. We are celebrating today. Thank you.
Who are the one to tell me?
Yes. Okay. So, first of all, saluting all the brave hearts. And Major General G.D. Bakshi ji is also one of them. We are so proud of you, Major ji. And Arnab, one Major General G.D. Bakshi can face the likes of Kamar Cheema and many other Pakistani panelists alone because he has the courage and conviction, because he will never run away, because वो surrender नहीं करेंगे. इंडियन आर्मी अपनी जान तो दे सकती है, सरेंडर नहीं कर सकती. प्लीज कमर चुप. अर्नब, अब मैं एक दो लिसन. अरे ये बौखलाए हुए कहाँ से आ गए भाई? टीचर छापों को कहाँ से ले आते? एक एक करके बोलेंगे, अच्छा लगेगा. पाकिस्तान में ऐसे हो हल्ला होता होगा. इंडिया में वी हैव अ सिविलाइज्ड डिबेट. Okay, now listen. Arnab, I have a few points to make. First of all, इनके जख्मों पर
ये जो तुम्हारे साथ मुझे बैठा हुआ है अभी ये तो
अर्नब, इनके जख्मों पे नमक मत छिड़का करिए। ये इतने गरीब हैं, उसी नमक से बिरयानी बना लेते हैं। ये इतने फटीचर हैं। फटीचर मास्टर, सुनिए, 2 facts I will. Arnab, the first fact is the brave Indian army has never ever and will never sign an instrument of surrender. That can be only done by the coward Pakistani army. अर्नब, चुप करा सकते हैं इनको, इनका बाजा बज गया लग रहा है। चुप कराइए प्लीज। अरे टीचर छाप, चुप हो जाइए। अर्नब, ऐसे थोड़ी ना डिबेट होगी प्लीज। अर्नब, अरे सर, आपका कैमरा इतना फटीचर छाप है, आपका पूरा चेहरा नहीं आ रहा। पूरा चेहरा तो आ जाए। इंटरनेट नहीं आता क्या पाकिस्तान में? क्या बाहर आके इंडिया में कूदेंगे? चुप हो जाइए। सुनिए, अच्छा, जनरल नियाजी, why did he surrender?
Switch. Abbas Bukhari.
Why couldn't he fight a war? Please, Arnab, please allow me to make my points. ये लोग बौखलाए हुए हैं, इनका इलाज करना जरूरी है। Listen, one thing is very clear, they surrendered. And they know that their country was divided into two by our brave Indian army. You can't. अरे जनरल बिपिन रावत अकेले आप जैसे के लिए काफी है। पूरी पाकिस्तानी एक तरफ। जनरल बिपिन रावत, if he will shout, आपकी पतलून गीली हो जाएगी।
I'll let Ali Abbas Bukhari on the right, 1 versus 1. Thank you very much.
देश को दो में तोड़ा।
I heard that.
आपकी हिम्मत है। You are such a coward. You do not even accept the dead bodies of the Pakistani soldiers. You are such a coward. And Arnab, एक बात मैं कहूंगा, जब नरेंद्र मोदी जी की तारीफ हुई यूनाइटेड नेशन जनरल असेंबली में, बोरिस जॉनसन said, one world, one sun, one grid, one Modi. इनके पास कौन है? इनके पास इमरान खान है, who is a puppet in the hands of ISI. He doesn't even have control over what is happening in Pakistan. And that is the difference between India and Pakistan. And remember, पाकिस्तान में मैं आपको बताऊं, इमरान खान जब बाहर निकलते हैं तो वो कहते हैं भैया बारिश हो रही है। लोग कहते हैं नहीं, पाकिस्तान आप पे थूक रहा है, पूरा विश्व आप पे थूक रहा है। आप ऐसे देश है जो केवल आतंकवादी देते हैं। हम लोगों ने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के सत्य नडेला दिया, आपने हाफिज सैयद दिया, हमने शांतनु नारायण दिया, हमने अरविंद कृष्णा दिया, पराग अग्रवाल दिया, आपने मसूद अजहर दिया। 123 designated UN terrorists are found in Pakistan. शर्म नहीं आती आपको? शर्म नहीं आती? केवल आतंकवाद के लिए जाने जाते हो। जान लीजिए, इतने टुकड़े करेंगे कि गिनना मुश्किल हो जाएगा।
Okay, now may I? You know, I wish to, Mr. Bukhari. Mr. Bukhari, may I please? Thank you, Mr. Bukhari. Thank you, Gaurav. Mr. Bukhari, I want to keep it very factual, and I want to get you into the debate with Sushant Sareen for a while, please. Mr. Bukhari is a leader of the PTI. Mr. Bukhari, see, as I began by saying, can you hear me, Mr. Bukhari? Can you hear me, Mr. Bukhari? Can you hear me? I just want to make sure I have the audio line with you first. Can you hear me, Mr. Bukhari? Mr. Bukhari, can you hear me? I want to ask you something. I want to ask you something, Mr. Bukhari. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so here's my question. Thank you. Please hear me. Mr. Bukhari, please remember why we are remembering today's date. Please look back and please remember we went into Bangladesh on 6th December 1971. Our forces heli-landed our choppers into Sylhet. We captured the Comilla airfield. And on 13th December 1971, the great Field Marshal Manekshaw of the Indian Army told you, you Pakistanis surrender or we will wipe you out. He said, and I repeat, you Pakistanis surrender or we will wipe you out. In 2.5 days, you surrendered. You were on your knees, you handed your guns, and it was an unconditional surrender. You must remember this. My question to you is, please tell me, Mr. Bukhari, why did you surrender in 2.5 days? Why did you surrender in 2.5 days, Mr. Bukhari? Tell me.
Arnab, listen to me. Listen to me. There were not 91,000 soldiers there. There were 30,000 soldiers who were fighting there. There were already Bangladesh has been established by Indian intervention, and there was no alone Indian army. There was full support of Russian states by their means and Mukti Bani, the force of Bangladesh. Our soldiers were fighting with 3 countries. One, India. India's army were more than 4 lakh. And Mukti Bani, both they were more than 6.5 lakh. 6.5 lakh. And the Pakistani army men were totally 31,000.
What happens is, Mr. Bukhari, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. I'll get Sushant Sareen to respond to you. And I must say that those who do not learn from history are condemned to repeat the mistakes. Listen to me tonight. Listen to me, Mr. Bukhari. Sushant will correct you. See, Mr. Bukhari, remember, never forget, we cornered you. 2 corps, 33 corps, 4,000 sorties. In the east, our Air Force was carrying out 1,978 sorties. We demolished Pakistani destroyer PNS Khaibar, MV Venus Challenger, PSS Shah Jahan, PNS Muhafiz, all blown to bits. Okay, by 15 December, you were whimpering, you were crying for a ceasefire, saying, please stop beating us anymore. Then General JFR Jacob went to Dhaka. General JFR Jacob went to Dhaka. Sushant, remind them, unarmed. 1 minute. What a hero. What a hero, I must tell you about that today. Sushant, JFR Jacob went to Dhaka. And with one staff officer unarmed, he said, I give you 30 minutes to reconsider and surrender. He gave you 30 minutes to surrender, and you surrendered. That's the reality.
So, Arnab,
Sushant, they won't accept the history. Why won't they accept it? Sushant, why don't they accept it? Why don't they want to remember what happened then?
I'll tell you why they don't want to accept. I'll tell you why. So suddenly, Arnab, I can't shout over him. He has to keep quiet because this is not the way a debate can work. He's been shouting ever since and everybody's been listening to him quietly. Now he has to shut up. So one thing, because this gentleman, Mr. Bukhari, last night I was hearing something on the internet and one of these Pakistani officers was saying there were 8 lakh Indian troops. Today, this gentleman has brought down that figure to 4 lakh. Now, all of these are gross exaggerations, but the important thing is that at least these people are admitting that that myth which they had created about themselves, that one Muslim is equal to 10 Hindus, by that stretch of imagination, that they should have defeated us even with those odds. The other thing is that actually it was the other equation. There were 3,000 Indian troops. If you read all the accounts, including that of General Jacob, there were 3,000 Indian troops around Dhaka. There were 30,000 Pakistani troops out there. So there was a ratio of 1:10, 1 Hindu or 1 Indian versus 10 Pakistanis, right? And these Pakistanis never fought. They were so terrified that they all simply decided that they are going to surrender. By all accounts, had they wanted to continue the fight, they could have continued to fight for at least a month, if not longer. They had no stomach for a fight because they were so busy raping and killing people. Now, Qamar Chima is so shameless. Qamar Chima is so shameless. He talks about one obscure book by this oddball of an academic called Sarmila Bose, who's come out with some cock and bull figures. But Qamar Chima is such a shameful man. And this Nabil Gobol, he's a Sindhi, colonized Sindhi. So he's going to keep talking about it because his leader, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was responsible for the genocide. But let me ask Qamar Chima, was it okay if it was not 3 million, If it was okay, if not 3 million people to kill 300,000 people, is it okay to kill 300,000 people? Is it okay to rape 100,000 women? What kind of shameless people are these Pakistanis? They are utterly shameless, utterly disgraceful people, and all that they will come and so he's talking nonsense, and I can speak in his language and I can speak it better than him. Buddy, what an shameless man. So he is
Okay. Now I don't. No. We'll stop at this point. We'll pull back. We go back to the debate. And my question to Tariq Fateh tonight, along with Nadir Gabol, is this. Thank you. No abuse on the program, please. Thank you. I want to ask Nadir and Tariq Fateh. I have some statistics. That's all right. I have some statistics. We won't go there. I have some statistics with me. And it has been 50 years since we liberated Bangladesh. I can quite understand that the more you go into how we beat Pakistan, the Pakistanis, they get edgy, Tariq, they get worried and nervous. So I don't want to go there any further because history is history, we understand it. The question tonight, Tariq and Nadir, that we must ask ourselves is this. Look at Bangladesh today and look at Pakistan. This is a serious question. Bangladesh today, the GDP forecast of Bangladesh, the rate of growth is today, Tariq, double of Pakistan.
Yes.
And the total GDP of Bangladesh is almost $70 billion bigger than Pakistan. So the Bangladeshi economy, Nadir, is much bigger than Pakistan. It is incredible. Bangladesh has moved so much forward, Tariq, and Pakistan. Debt to GDP ratio of Pakistan is 91%, which is a completely bankrupt country situation. Look at Bangladesh, 40%. We must think about this. Why have the Bangladeshis moved so much forward?
Well, because Bangladesh doesn't have the enemies Pakistan has, such as India, such as terrorists from the western borders. We as a nation, have the luxury that Bangladesh has.
Tariq, let Nadir go first. He's explaining why Bangladesh is doing better. Yeah, what are you saying, Nadir?
Yes, so
why is Bangladesh doing so well compared to Pakistan?
Does not even face 1% of the challenges, and despite of those challenges, I'm very proud to say that we are today a nuclear power, and India cannot even think of attacking us today. If India wants to attack Bangladesh, they can run Bangladesh over, but they cannot harm Pakistan in the same way, because we are a very vibrant country with a very powerful armed forces, and the way we destroyed your plane, the way we brought down Abhinandan, that should be a clear message to you that you cannot have dirty eyes on our country and on our borders, because we know how to bring down your planes, we know how to capture your tanks. And even in Karachi right now, the city that I live in, there's so many Indian tanks which are on display, which we captured in 1965. So you only talk about 1971, where, I repeat, we do not only fight with the Indian army, we fought with the Mukti Bani as well.
You were not even born then.
A lot of civilian casualties.
Forget about it. So, your parents were involved in the...
1965, you should talk about how we turned you back from Lahore, because you were coming to Lahore for breakfast, from what I've heard. Again, I was not born in 65, but our Pakistani elders were waiting for you in Lahore for breakfast, but you could not make it there. And just 2 years ago, the Pulwama incident,
Nadir, what appears to me after listening to you, and I'm just trying to, I am just trying to, Nadir, here, Arnab here, okay, thank you. See, Nadir, I've been listening to you quite closely from the beginning, okay? And it appears to me that you have a problem. And Gaurav, I'll tell you what Nadir's problem is. He is in constant fright. Repeatedly, he keeps saying, you will not be able to run us over, you will not be able to finish us. So he's the typical post-1971 generation. From the time he was born, he's hearing stories about how Pakistan was crushed in 71. So he has a huge complex about it. And a fear, you can see it almost in the way that he's talking, the use of his language, the manner in which he's responding, that constant fear, that shadow. I think most Pakistanis live with this fear. constantly worried that India will finish them and attack them. We just bombed you twice. You couldn't do anything. So don't tell me about your capacity to respond. My question was, Gaurav, about the economy of Bangladesh versus Pakistan. How Bangladesh is doing so well and how far these two countries have come. We must think about that and maybe research and talk about that a bit. Gaurav, should we talk about that a bit?
Absolutely, Arnab. I have some numbers too and I want to place it, if you allow me. I was hearing the Pakistani panelist. See, Bangladesh was under a very, very negative influence of Pakistan. The moment we ensured that Bangladesh gets its own identity, it has been flourishing. And today, what is Pakistan? I'm just going to give some facts. Pakistan is selling donkeys to China to earn some revenue. They are so poor that they had to sell 70 government vehicles to even pay their outstanding debts. And I would only say that please understand, never ever compare yourself to India. You know, it's fine, you claim that you have a nuclear arsenal, but do you even know how to read the Chinese manual? You don't even know how to operate them because you don't have a brilliant mind like Dr. Abdul Kalam that we had. We were able to indigenously produce the nuclear weapons which you can't. And Arnab, I also want to tell these people, एक इनके लिए लाइन है, अर्ज किया है, शक न कर मेरी इन खुश्क आंखों पर, मतलब शक न कर मेरी इन सूखी आंखों पर, यूं भी आंसू बहाए जाते हैं. इनके आंसू दिखाई नहीं दे रहे लेकिन अंदर से इनको बड़ा दुख हो रहा है, छाती फट रही है. कमर चीमा was using the term, abuse on your program. This is not the level of debate in India, and let me tell you what a patriotic Indian is. You pay us the entire wealth of Pakistan.
Are you having here?
Please,
where
please,
Indians are speaking and
कमर
Pakistanis
चीमा,
do not get sufficient
मैं
time,
बता रहा हूँ,
and you are
कमर चीमा
complaining here.
आपका
This is
बनाएंगे
your show.
कीमा, मैं हमेशा
So
कहता
we
हूँ,
will do.
कमर लचक
Oh,
जाएगी.
भाटिया, आप
अगर
हो
जनरल
भाटिया.
जीडी बख्शी ने
भाटिया,
फूंक मार
आप
दी,
हो भाटिया,
उड़ के
BJP
जाओगे,
के लिए.
समझे?
आप
ओ
BJP के
कमर
लिए.
कीमा कीमा कीमा, क्या हो तुम?
आपका कुछ नहीं
अच्छा,
बनने वाला.
अगली बार
आप
ब्रश
you
करके आओ,
cannot
बदबू आ रही है.
defend
चलो हटो यहाँ से, हटो भिखारी कहीं के,
बीजेपी डिफेंड
भिखारी
नहीं होगा.
कटोरे
नरेंद्र मोदी.
कटोरे लेके किधर
I think that
जाओगे?
every-
भिखारी कहीं के,
I think every-
आगे बढ़ो, फटे कपड़े, फटी नहीं.
Okay, I'll hold this. Okay, now another headline we must look at, viewers. This is the Free Press Journal. This is the Free Press Journal which I am holding. Bangladesh liberated. Unconditional surrender by Pakistani troops in Dhaka. Ladies and gentlemen, we often talk about rewriting our country's history. I think it must be rewritten so that the great moments of military victory, military challenge are always remembered, and that young Indians remember them in great detail. I feel personally we don't do enough service to them. GD Bakshi, I made a larger point a while back. And in fact, I would like to share, Nadir, I'm sure you know it. Recently Pakistan sent some emissaries to try and contact the Bangladeshis. And the reason was this, General Bakshi, the Pakistanis found out that Bangladesh Reserve Bank in currency swap agreements gave loans of $200 million to the Maldives after giving $150 million to Sri Lanka. When the Pakistanis got to know that the Bangladeshis are giving loans to other South Asian nations, they sent a feeler to the Bangladeshis on whether the Bangladeshis could give currency swap agreements to Pakistan. So you understand, Nadir, how things have changed? You are now begging the Bangladeshis for money.
I know for a fact
you are
that
asking
Pakistan
them for
is
currency
struggling
swap
right now.
agreements?
I know Pakistan is struggling right now.
No, but you're asking the
Pakistan is a
Bangladeshis
brave
for
nation
money.
And we do not give up.
No, but you're
We
asking
keep
them for money.
fighting.
That's the
We will-
point.
Yes, but we'll keep fighting. We'll keep struggling.
No, but you're
and
asking
one
the
day
Bangladeshis
Pakistan
for
will
money.
rise
What
above
does that
its
tell you?
challenges, and it will realize the dream that it was
No,
made
what
for.
does
Because
what?
I know for a fact
No,
that-
one second. I'm asking you why. No. Tell me about 50 years. I'm only asking you the question in terms of the historical passage of time. General Bakshi, my only question is: today, after 50 years, You're sending messengers to Bangladesh. Can we get some money from you?
I don't know what your source
Do you
is,
ever
but
think?
we're definitely asking for loans from IMF and World Bank. That's a fact. I cannot deny it.
Yes,
because
that's the
everybody knows
point.
we are
General
struggling
Bakshi, I need not say more.
But our fighting spirit and our courage will make sure that we will rise above these challenges one day, and we will realize the dream that was envisioned
with your
by
permission,
our
that
Qaeda
question
Azam,
was
and we will be
you look like
a beacon
gentleman.
for all Muslim
look like a
countries
gentleman.
around the world, because
Can
I know for a
I have
fact
my
that if
say?
we had not gotten our freedom from India, right now Modi would have been killing people in Karachi, in Hyderabad, in Multan, because
All right, I
now
think
the world
we've had,
knows that the
we've had
Modi
quite a bit
government
of
is a
that.
terrorist, fascist government, and it
You
has
better
no
worry about
tolerance for
yourself.
Muslims, and Modi
Can
is trying
I-
to wipe out Muslims from India and
We
make
heard you.
India a purely
With
Hindu
your
country.
kind permission, can I now say my two pennies worth? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
But
Thank
Modi
you.
is not like that. Modi wants to destroy Muslims.
Continue.
I'm
Thank you.
more
Polly.
worried about
Continue.
Modi than about Pakistan.
Excuse me. I would like to point out to you that you have a basic problem of dysfunctionality. In other countries, the countries own an army. The state owns an army. In your country, it is the other way around. The army owns the state. And as Professor Paul Kennedy so aptly pointed out in his magnum opus, The Rise and Fall of the Great Powers, you are an over-militarized state, prone to imperial overstretch and collapse. He had studied the Austro-Hungarian Empire, he'd studied Nazi Germany, he'd studied the Soviet Union, and they found that they all collapsed due to military overreach, imperial overstretch. That is your precise problem. That is why
Sir, I
you
know
are
for a fact
borrowing
now
from
that
the
if our army was
IMF
not so
to pay back
strong,
the
then
loans
India
of
would have
China,
definitely,
and now you are
taken
reduced to
over our
borrowing
country.
from your
So
former colony
whether
of
anybody likes it or not,
Bangladesh.
our army and our
You are
nuclear arsenal is
borrowing
the
from
only
your
thing
former
keeping
colony.
you away from that
The
breakfast
simple
in
fact
Lahore which
is,
you wanted
whatever
60
you
years
do,
ago.
whatever Imran Khan does, the Pakistan army has a yen to compete with India in arms races. They have already beggared your economy. They couldn't care less as long as they have their palatial bungalows, their Mercedes, and their women are decked in diamonds and gold. Right? The problem is your Pakistan army. They can't fight. We've seen how well they fight. We've seen them fight in 71. We've seen them fight in
What is
Kargil.
Kamar saying?
We've seen what they are worth. They have stopped fighting regular conventional conflicts. They are only coming via asymmetric warfare. That is all you can afford. That is all you can afford. All that we have to do is, sir, engage you in an arms race.
Many people ask me. Many people ask me.
You go burst.
And Kamar, I'll tell you something. I'll give you a little bit of a history lesson tonight. Thank you. Tariq, many people ask me. What now? And I say to them, they ask me, is Baluchistan, they ask me, many people ask me, is Baluchistan becoming the next Bangladesh? Should Pakistan not be worried about losing the biggest province by land area in much the same way that it lost its most populous province back in 1971? And today, on the 16th of December 2021, I would like to make a self-evident prediction. And my prediction is this. Remember this. Those who do not remember history are condemned to repeat it. And I predict today, ladies and gentlemen, if I may be allowed to speak, I'm requesting here, please. Thank you. I want to make a point. Thank you. Thank you. I want to make a point to my Pakistani friends. Those who don't remember history are condemned to repeat it. You lost at that time your most populous province. Today, it is a growing and dynamic economy bigger than yours. You will now lose, in the next few years, ladies and gentlemen, you will lose what is remaining of your biggest and most popular province. Largest province by land area. in the next 5 years, Baluchistan will also be freed, just as it happened in 1971. A Karnataka Congress MLA has said, and I quote, "When rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it." This man is a political figure, a member of the Legislative Assembly of Karnataka, and he has said these words in the Karnataka Assembly, where even the Speaker can be heard and seen laughing along. This is a new low in the history of Indian politics, the kind of event that Priyanka Vadra pretends she has not heard about. More on the other side.